Generate exactly 48 seconds of English narration for the Dark Beyond YouTube channel. Voice: Algenib, adult male, deep low-pitched, slightly raspy voice. Mysterious premium documentary delivery, natural American English. Start immediately with maximum curiosity. Speak slowly and ominously for the first sentence, then gradually increase intensity. Narration topic: begin with the enormous fossilized tooth of Megalodon. Explain that this tooth is not mythology or a sailor's story. It is physical evidence that an enormous predator once hunted in Earth's oceans. Then introduce the central mystery. Megalodon was terrifying, but it was not the only monster hidden in Earth's prehistoric seas. Some creatures are known from fossils. Others may have inspired legends such as the Kraken and Leviathan. Use a hook similar in meaning to, this tooth belonged to something that once ruled the ocean, not a legend, not a sailor's nightmare, a real predator. And terrifyingly, Megalodon was only the beginning. End by creating an open loop, because as we descend deeper into the history of the ocean, the monsters become stranger, and the line between fossil and legend begins to disappear. Exactly 48 seconds, no greeting, no channel introduction at the beginning, no filler, no music, no sound effects. Generate exactly 1 minute, 12 seconds of continuous English narration. Voice: Algenib, same deep, raspy, Dark Beyond documentary voice. Narrate the Megalodon section. Describe the enormous shark emerging from the Miocene ocean, its massive jaws, serrated teeth, powerful body, and relationship with ancient whales. Explain how fossil teeth reveal that Megalodon was a real prehistoric predator. Match visuals of Megalodon appearing beneath schools of fish, approaching ancient whales, accelerating upward, and opening its enormous jaws. Keep scientific claims measured and believable. Do not claim Megalodon survives today. Build intensity throughout the section and end with, but long before Megalodon ever appeared, another predator ruled an ocean almost completely alien to us. Exactly 1 minute, 12 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds of English narration. Voice: same Algenib narrator, dark scientific documentary tone. Introduce Dunkleosteus in the Devonian seas. Explain its massive armored skull and unusual bony jaw plates rather than conventional teeth. Describe it as one of the most intimidating predators of its ancient ecosystem. Synchronize with visuals of a murky Devonian reef, Dunkleosteus emerging, opening its bladed jaws, chasing smaller armored fish, and cruising above the prehistoric seafloor. Make the creature sound terrifying because of its real anatomy, not fantasy exaggeration. End by transitioning toward an even stranger jaw design. But evolution was about to create something even more bizarre, a predator whose teeth formed a spiral. Exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds of English narration. Voice: Algenib, deep and curious, slightly slower when pronouncing Helicoprion. Explain the mysterious spiral tooth whorl found in Helicoprion fossils and how scientists reconstructed this strange, shark-like predator. Synchronize with the fossil reveal, Permian Ocean reconstruction, close views of the spiral jaw and Helicoprion hunting squid-like animals. Emphasize that the spiral teeth were positioned inside the lower jaw. Do not portray the animal with an external circular saw. Keep the tone fascinated and unsettling. Finish by moving millions of years forward. But the oceans would change again, and eventually, reptiles, not sharks, would become some of the most feared hunters in the sea. Exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds of English narration. Voice: same Algenib, Dark Beyond, narrator. Take the audience into the late Cretaceous ocean and introduce Mosasaurus as an enormous marine reptile. Describe its elongated skull, conical teeth, powerful body, paddle-like limbs, and strong swimming ability. Synchronize narration with Mosasaurus appearing behind a reef, passing the camera, pursuing a prehistoric turtle, and chasing another marine reptile through an underwater canyon. Create strong predator tension without turning the narration into fantasy. End with a major transition, but millions of years after the Mosasaurus vanished, the oceans produced two giants whose paths may have crossed, the largest predatory shark of its age and a whale built to kill. Exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds of English narration. Voice: Aljanib, authoritative and increasingly intense. Introduced Livyatan melvillei using its fossil skull and enormous teeth. Describe this prehistoric predatory sperm whale with powerful jaws and functional teeth in both jaws. Synchronize with fossil excavation scenes, Livyatan reconstruction, whale hunting, and close views of its jaws. Explain why Livyatan was very different from modern filter-feeding whales. Build toward the possibility that Livyatan and Megalodon inhabited overlapping marine environments. End with, and that creates one of the most irresistible questions in prehistoric ocean history. What happened when two apex predators entered the same hunting ground? Exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds of English narration. Voice: Aljanib, cinematic but scientifically cautious. Describe Megalodon and Livyatan as enormous predators that may have competed for similar prey. Do not claim there is direct evidence of a specific battle. Synchronize with both animals circling, crossing paths, and disappearing into opposite sides of the Miocene Ocean. Then dramatically change the narration tone as the camera descends into the modern deep ocean. Lower the voice slightly and say that the prehistoric giants are gone, but the darkness below still contains animals that once seemed impossible. Introduce the first glimpse of a long, pale tentacle in the submersible lights. End quietly, and then something moves inside the beam. Exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds of English narration. Voice: Aljanib, mysterious maritime documentary style. Reveal the giant squid, Architeuthis, as a real deep-sea animal with enormous eyes, long tentacles, and a body adapted to darkness. Transition into historical sailors and Kraken legends. Explain that encounters with giant squid or their remains may have helped inspire stories of enormous tentacled monsters attacking ships. Synchronize with the giant squid near the submersible, sperm whale interaction, stormy sailing ship, giant tentacles beside the hull, and 19th century giant squid discovery. Clearly distinguish real giant squid from legendary Kraken stories. End. And the Kraken was not the only name ancient people gave to something enormous beneath the waves. Exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds of English narration. Voice: Aljanib, very deep, slow, and mysterious during the first 20 seconds. Introduce Leviathan as a legendary and ancient image of an overwhelming sea creature, not as a scientifically confirmed species. Synchronize with the ancient wooden vessel, enormous shadow beneath the ship, mysterious ridge breaking the surface, and obscured creature silhouette. Then explore possible real-world inspirations: whales, giant squid, basking sharks, and extremely long oarfish. Emphasize how a brief encounter at sea, especially during storms or at night, could become a much larger story after generations of retelling. End by returning to modern science. Today we have sonar, cameras, and machines that can descend where ancient sailors never could. And yet the deep ocean still refuses to reveal everything. Exactly 1 minute, 20 seconds. Generate exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds of English narration. Aljanib, low, controlled, investigative documentary tone. Narrate the modern expedition into the abyss. Synchronize with the research submersible descending beside a trench, transparent deep-sea animals, giant isopod, oarfish, sonar room, research vessel, six-gill shark, hydrothermal vents and underwater cave. Explain that deep-sea biology can look alien even when the animals are completely real. When the unidentified shadow moves beyond the camera light, do not claim it is a monster. Present it as an example of how limited visibility creates mystery. Build tension toward the final question. If creatures this strange are already known to science, what might still exist beyond the reach of our lights? Exactly 1 minute, 10 seconds. Generate exactly 44 seconds of final English narration. Voice: Algenib, powerful dark beyond finale. Begin mysterious, gradually increase emotional intensity, then finish deep and confident. Synchronize with the final montage of Dunkleosteus, Helicoprion, Mosasaurus, Livyatan, Megalodon, Giant Squid, and the unidentified deep ocean shadow. Say, some ruled oceans that disappeared millions of years ago. Some left behind teeth, bones, and scars in the fossil record. Others survived only as shadows in stories told by frightened sailors. But now the choice is yours. If every one of these predators entered the same ocean, which one would truly rule the deep? Megalodon? Leviathan? Kraken? Or something we have never discovered? Tell us your choice in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to Dark Beyond, and join us as we descend even deeper. Because the deeper we go, the stranger our world becomes. Time the delivery so the final word ends exactly at 12:44. No narration after the final word. And perhaps that is the real reason the ocean still frightens us. Not because we know that monsters are hiding below, but because so much of the darkness remains beyond our sight. Megalodon is gone. Mosasaurus vanished millions of years ago. Dunkleosteus and Helicoprion survive only through fossils. Livyatan left behind enormous teeth and bones. Yet the giant squid reminds us that creatures once dismissed as sailor stories can sometimes have a very real origin. So now, one final question remains. If every predator we explored today could enter the same ocean, which one would become the true ruler of the deep? Megalodon, Livyatan, Mosasaurus, the Kraken? Or would the winner be something humanity has never seen? Tell us your answer in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into the darkest corners of ocean history, hit like and subscribe to Dark Beyond. More ancient monsters, forgotten legends, and unexplained mysteries are waiting below. Until next time, keep looking beyond the light, because in the deepest darkness, the ocean may still have secrets left to reveal.